Achoo! What the fuck?
Let's go!
Kingdom Hearts 4 will come out whenever it feels like it. We need to make sure our expectations are in line. These are all speculative and predictive, and there is little to no evidence to anything that I'm about to say. Let's get into the video! Alright, hello everybody, I'm OCDsaster, and in this video, I'm once again going over Disney and Pixar worlds that are coming to Kingdom Hearts 4, because I got nothing better to do. In this video, I have decided to kind of do like a mouse meter. I have Michael Mouse's like logo with his head and his ears. My phone went off. Cool. I thought I turned you off. Again, this is speculative. This is predictive. We only have a little bit of evidence so far to put certain worlds in and certain worlds out, but for the most part, anything's fair game until we get more news. They usually reveal all the worlds before the game comes out in trailers because that's marketing and business for you. They've done it since Kingdom Hearts 1. What can I say? I'm no grand philosopher. I'm not, I'm not a sorcerer. I can't really just determine what, that's dumb. That's dumb. That's fucking dumb. Be absolutely wrong with some of these picks. I hope I'm wrong. I love to be proven wrong. It's so fun. I love it, guys. Please let me be wrong. Yeah, it is what it is. So, what I did was I made some graphs, some graphics, not graphs. Graphs are math. That's gross. I made some graphics based on some worlds that I think could or could not be in Kingdom Hearts 4. Well, not could not, but have very low chances, you know what I mean? Nomura did an interview a few months ago, I don't remember when, and basically he said that the next-gen graphics actually prove a challenge to him and his team for incorporating Disney worlds. That does not mean that Disney worlds will not be in this game. He said Disney worlds will be in Kingdom Hearts for Kingdom Hearts 4 and probably for the foreseeable future of Kingdom Hearts. It's kind of how this thing works, but because the graphics have improved so much, it is going to be kind of hard to get that cartoony look for everything. So I do think this kind of helps us put some puzzle pieces together of what possibly could be in Kingdom Hearts 4 and the direction they're going with these Disney properties, but we don't know. There's only one world on this list that we 100% know for a fact that is going to be in Kingdom Hearts 4, and we will get to that, but we're going to start from the low end, and we're going to start off with 100 Acre Woods. Okay, so 100 Acre Woods, I think it has a low likelihood of coming back for multiple reasons. The first thing is Winnie the Pooh is public domain right now. They're doing a horror movie on the guy, for goodness sakes. I don't know if this actually impacts Winnie the Pooh or 100 Acre Woods being in the game, because the look of Winnie the Pooh can't be replicated from Disney. So, for example, the horror movie, they can't have Pooh Bear have like a red shirt and love honey. I think they have to do other things with it in order for it to be a separate property. However, that being said, Kingdom Hearts 3 poorly executed the 100 Acre Woods world. It was basically a bunch of mini games that were all the same, and there was a little bit of a story element in there, and that's the only saving grace for 100 Acre Woods actually coming back, is Sora mentions that his connection with Pooh Bear is fading. Those are words that came out of my mouth. This franchise is fantastic. So yeah, Sora's connection with Winnie the Pooh Bear is fading. They might play into that again for Kingdom Hearts 4, or they could just leave it as a cliffhanger. They could just leave it, and I honestly wouldn't be upset, because the 100 Acre Woods has overstayed its welcome. If they're going to do what they did in Kingdom Hearts 3, then I rather another world be put in, or a better, more fun mini games. Next, I have Sunnyside Daycare from Toy Story 3. Toy Story is a very popular Pixar and Disney IP, and it's good for marketing. However, it does take away, if this world does come back, it does take away from newer, more, in my opinion, exciting Disney worlds to come in. So that's why I have it on low. It's not impossible for Toy Story not to make a return. I just think it's going to take away from maybe some bigger, grander worlds that people want to see. Also, Pixar's been known for being very stingy with their assets. For Kingdom Hearts 3, for example, they really were micromanaging Nomura and the team on what they could do. We didn't even get Pizza Planet because of that. So that's something to take into consideration. And I think the saving grace is that it's a popular IP. I think that's the only thing that's making it not impossible for being in Kingdom Hearts 4, but very, very low. Next, we have the Underworld from Hercules. So in the reveal trailer, Donald and Goofy are actually in the Underworld They're essentially looking for Sora. That's what they have to be doing, right? Because, spoiler alert for Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't know why you're watching a Kingdom Hearts 4 video if you haven't played or knew anything about Kingdom Hearts 3. But Sora is like in this afterlife state. He's not dead, but he's kind of dead. And so Donald and Goofy are trying to find a way to bring him back. So they're searching the underworld, and they run into Hades. You don't actually see Hades, but it's implied. Blue, red flames. Come on, it's Hades. It's Hades. Anyway, so they're in the underworld. I think there's a low chance. Well, actually, I put fair. Fuck! I think this is a fair chance for it to be in Kingdom Hearts 4, just because thematically it makes a lot of sense with the whole afterlife. And then, like I said, they showed it in the reveal trailer. This is the underworld specifically. We got Olympus in Kingdom Hearts 3, and it was vast. We got Thebes, then we got Mount Olympus, and then we got to Olympus. I'm wondering if we're going to go down this time. Instead of going up, we're going to hell, guys. It all depends who we're playing as in the game, honestly, because if they're looking for Sora, then we're not playing as Sora yet. So this is kind of, that's why it's fair. It's a little bit finicky and flawed in my logic. But Nomura seems to love Olympus. Like, he has a huge Greek heart-on for the Olympus world. It's almost in every single Kingdom Hearts game, and I'm tired of it. And I would rather see a new world than this, but knowing Nomura, he's gonna probably throw Underworld in there. Next is Metroville from The Incredibles. Incredibles, extremely popular IP, marketing, blah, 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 blah. It's like a broken record almost. Family themes, I guess, could fit into Kingdom Hearts. It's fair, it's a fair chance. I think the party members would be pretty fun to play around with Mr. Incredible, Elastigirl. Yeah, Elastigirl. Woo! Anyway, so yeah, I think it's possible, but the next world possibility that I have, I think kind of trumps The Incredibles, so we're just going to get into that. Avengers Academy. Alright, so there's a few things for this. I think it's 50-50. I think we could get it or we couldn't get it, but I think it's either Avengers or Incredibles, but I think Avengers has a little bit more of a chance than Incredibles because of how popular the IP is, because how hot and spicy that money is. Don't eat money. That's gross. That's how you get germs. Anyway, so they said, or Nomura specifically said in his interview, that him and the team are getting challenged by these new graphics for the consoles. To help with that, they would do more realistic stuff, right? More realistic worlds, kind of like the Avengers. I mean, it's a slam dunk. I don't know what characters would be in it. I don't know what the storyline would be, but just have Sora and the crew just enter Avengers Academy and do fun stuff with Spider-Man. I don't know. Another 50-50 world we have is the Islands of Personality. I'm a big fan of this. I would really like to see this in Kingdom Hearts 4, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen. That's why I have it as 50-50. It could be, it couldn't be. I really don't know. You don't know. Only blah, 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 blah. I've said this before, right? So, if we get the Unversed again, if we get Vanitas, which I think we will because we haven't really finished his arc from Kingdom Hearts 3, and Nomura loves to bring characters back, I think this would be a perfect world to fight the Unversed and fight Vanitas because it's all about emotion. For those of you that are unaware, Vanitas is an edgier looking Sora. He's created from the darkness of Ventus's heart. And basically, Vanitas is the edgiest person on the planet because his negative emotions create these Unversed monsters. I believe that's right. If I'm not, then let me know in the comments, I guess. Or just, I don't know, just let me have it. Just let me think that I'm right. Please. Anyway, so this would be perfect. It fits in perfectly. Emotions, you got joy, sadness, anger, whatever the rest are. I can't remember. You really just pay attention to sadness and joy, right? You go to these different themes, these different islands that make up, what was her name? Go into Riley. That's it. They go into Riley's head, right? And then, craziness ensues. As you can see, actually, in the picture I have here, you kind of see the different islands there. You got the hockey, you got the Goofy Island, you got family that's hidden in the background, Imagination Island. These are really cool, and I think could make for really cool worlds of Kingdom Hearts 4. Well, not worlds, but within this world, these tiny little sections, well, not tiny, these vast sections. I gotta work on my wording, guys. Anyway, it would be great. I would love to see it. Who knows if it'll actually happen. The internet would be so lame, but so likely for Kingdom Hearts 4. That's why I have it as 50-50. From Wreck-It Ralph Breaks the Internet, or is it Ralph Breaks the Internet? I can't actually remember. The reasons: Ralph makes an appearance as a summon in KH3. As many of you know, a lot of the summons actually get worlds later on after they've been shown off. We actually did get a Wreck-It Ralph world, but it was in Union Cross, I believe. You got to go to Sugar Rush. I don't know. I never played the mobile games that much, but it looks like it could be possible, right? We haven't gotten like a data type world thing going on for a while. We might be able to get that in Kingdom Hearts 4. Honestly, I would not be that excited if we got internet. Ralph Breaks the Internet is a terrible movie. I absolutely hate it, and I really don't want to see it in Kingdom Hearts 4. So it's probably going to be in, knowing my luck. Next, we have the Enchanted Forest from Frozen 2, the sequel. And if we knew anything about what happened in Kingdom Hearts 3 for the Frozen 1 world, this is still a 50-50 chance because of that microscope that Disney and Pixar sometimes love to put down Nomura's team's throat. I don't know why it's in their throat. That's not really very effective. But they're very, protective of these assets. They had Sora, Donald, and Goofy just in, like, the back of the story of the Frozen one, and I really hated this world. I really did not like it and how they put it into Kingdom Hearts 3. It was, no. Like, yeah, they interact with Anna and Olaf a little bit, but it's not to the magical adventure that I thought it was going to be. And once again, I should have tempered my expectations. However, I still think this would be very tricky for them to pull off in Kingdom Hearts 4 because all of it's in this Enchanted Forest. And the forest is really cool and it'll make for a really cool world for Kingdom Hearts 4. But since they're all kind of like together and interacting, you can't just have Sora, Donald, and Goofy on the side with thumbs up their butts. It would be very boring story-wise. So, I don't know. I think it's 50-50. It's still a very popular IP, and they want as many people getting a copy of Kingdom Hearts 4 as they can. So, maybe. But once again, also, it's a returning world, kinda, that I wouldn't want to take over a spot for a new potential world. Alright, we're getting into the honorable mentions now, because people really want these worlds in, but I don't think they're going to be. I could be wrong. Let me say it again. I could be wrong. But I could also be right, because video game development takes time. It's been told, and Nomura has confirmed, they've been developing Kingdom Hearts 4 right after Kingdom Hearts 3, which was back in 2019? 2020? I don't know. It's been a few years, but these movies are honorable mentions, or Disney properties, Pixar properties are honorable mentions, because the timeline, it would be too soon for them to be able to put these worlds into Kingdom Hearts 4. Because they were already working on it before these movies came out. You following me? Now, there is one here that actually came out a long time ago, but everyone wants it, and I just don't think it's going to get in. We'll get into that in a second. But so, let me get this clear. I don't think these worlds will never be in a Kingdom Hearts game. I never said that. No. I think they're definitely going to be in future Kingdom Hearts games. Whether they're main titles, spin-offs, I don't know. These worlds would be perfect for Kingdom Hearts. However, because they came out in late 2019, early 2020, yeah, it's not looking too great, guys. First is Astral Plane from Soul. So this is a really cool limbo world where there's a lot of darkness and forgotten people, but then there's also people that are just like getting into the vibe, into the groove. This could be a pretty cool like sandy world for Kingdom Hearts 4. However, like I said, not going to happen. Honorable mention. Next we have is Kumandra from Raya and the Last Dragon. Yeah, this movie was kind of mid, in my opinion. I'll probably do a Disney like movie tier list or video sometime later. Let me know if you want to see that in the comments below. Also, if you made it this far and you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? Like, you're already enjoying the content this far, unless you hate yourself and you're hating this video and you're still watching it for masochistic reasons. But, yeah, go ahead, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already for more Kingdom Hearts content, Disney content. I do Smash, too, sometimes. It's not that important. And, like the video, if you like the video. Kumandra. It would be a pretty cool world to go around as. The story, even though it's pretty mid, it works well for Kingdom Hearts, I think. But yeah, the movie came out too recently, so it's not going to happen. Casa Madriol. I don't think I said that right, and I'm so sorry. Encanto. Everyone wants an Encanto world for Kingdom Hearts 4. The movie just came out. I don't even really know how they would do this world. I think if it were to be in a Kingdom Hearts game, it'd be more so a mini-game, like a musical mini-game, to replace, like, Under the Sea, like, Ariel's World or whatever. So, we'll see. I think it will come eventually because of how popular this movie is, but it's just not coming into Kingdom Hearts 4. Sorry, guys. And we have Toronto, because that's where this movie takes place. Turning Red, also a big contender for worlds that people want in Kingdom Hearts 4. movie just came out. Not going to happen. However, I do see the red panda being a summon in Kingdom Hearts 4. That could be very easy to pull off for the team. So I would expect that. I'm pretty confident that that would happen. I'm like 98% sure. Finally, for the honorable mentions, we have Treasure Planet. Guys, I know you want Treasure Planet. I know it. I know the dude that's in charge of picking Disney worlds, that was the producer of Big Hero 6. I know he did Treasure Planet a long time ago. It could happen, but I don't really see it. I think it's too old of a property at this point. I mean, Nomura has surprised us in the past with some classic Disney worlds, but it's crazy that this movie is now considered a classic. 2000. I'm getting old. I'm gonna die someday. So now we're gonna go over the high possibilities for worlds getting into Kingdom Hearts from Disney and Pixar properties. First, I have Zootopia. It's the world potential, baby. I just think all the different little areas in Zootopia, I keep saying little, but they're massive. They're massive, but you get what I'm saying. It's massive world with these massive locations, Tundra Town, the desert area. It would be very cool to put that into Kingdom Hearts. A lot of people say that the political themes behind it are not appropriate for Kingdom Hearts. They could do whatever they want. They could change it, make a whole like Monsters Inc. situation where this happens after the movie Zootopia. Completely easy to do that. I think it's fine. It's staying in. I think it's highly likely. Alright, so Jungle Book has actually been in Kingdom Hearts, but then cut, I think 1 or 2 times. So it would make sense that we finally get it. It's a classic. It's a staple in the Disney canon. However, because we're moving over into next-gen graphics, I think it would make sense to do the live-action version. And that would really test the team, Nomura and his team, to make a world that's very jungle-filled, very vibrant. You could have very realistic-looking animals. It would be great, and Sora doesn't have to turn into an animal like he does in Pride Lands and Kingdom Hearts 2, because Mowgli's a human, and Mowgli is in Jungle Book. It's kind of a perfect fit. I can see it happening. I really, really can, and we haven't really gotten a huge, vast jungle world in a while. It would kind of be like going back to Deep Jungle from Kingdom Hearts 1, with better platforming and even better graphics. I'm getting excited just thinking about it. I see it as a high possibility. These next 2 worlds, if they don't put them in Kingdom Hearts 4, I'm going to be very upset with everyone. Not just Nomura, not just the team, not just Disney, everyone. The entire world is going to feel my wrath if these 2 games do not get in. It just makes too much sense. Land of the Dead from Coco. Like I said, we're talking about Afterlife. It's been mentioned in the reveal trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4, not Land of the Dead, but Sora has been told he's in this afterlife-like state. The themes just match up, people. It just perfectly fits. Coco is huge. It's a great movie. A lot of people like it. The world is so colorful and vibrant, and it would just pop on new-gen consoles. I can see it now. I would only play Coco. It's a slam dunk. If Coco doesn't get into Kingdom Hearts 4, I the next world that I'm going to be very upset if it doesn't get into Kingdom Hearts 4 is Matanui, which is from Moana. Moana is another great film. I think we're done with Caribbean. I think we're done with pirates, please. We don't need another Pirates world. I liked Pirates in Kingdom Hearts 3. That's the world that Nomura chose to really challenge his team to do the next up in graphics. It looks amazing, even on the lower gen consoles. But let's do something different. Let's have Maui and Moana on a big raft with Sora and the gang. There's water. There's islands that you go to. It's pretty much the same, but Moana. Come on. Slam dunk. And lastly, this world is going to be in Kingdom Hearts 4. Out of all the worlds that I've mentioned, all the Disney properties I've mentioned, this one is 100% in. Okay? And it's not Quadratum. Don't think I'm pulling your leg. I wouldn't do that to you. I'm not a dick. Okay, I am a dick, but I would not do that to you. Endor from Star Wars. What is this Frozen 2? Why does it say Frozen 2 on the thing? Why is it say, what's happening here? It says Frozen 2. What? I have everything else right, but Endor's not from Frozen 2. It's from Star Wars. It's from Star. Wow. Anyway, They actually show this in the reveal trailer. You actually see a foot of like an AT-AT or whatever the things are. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. I was a huge supporter of Star Wars not being in Kingdom Hearts, but now I'm starting to get a little bit sauced up. I'm getting a little bit excited. It would bring a whole new fan base into the game, which is why I think they are definitely doing it. I think that's why they already teased it, because they want that money, baby. If they get Star Wars and Marvel in one video game, they're already pulling in two fan bases that might not play Kingdom Hearts into Kingdom Hearts. I mean, come on. I probably should have put the Avengers Academy even higher after just saying that. But I'm going to keep everything where it is. What do you guys think about my list, about the potential? What worlds do you want to see? Let me know down in the comments. Like I said before, if you could subscribe to the channel, that would mean so much to me. It's free. You can change your mind at any time. Like the video if you enjoyed it. If you made it this far, like, thank you. I'm not mocking you. I'm actually saying thank you for having the attention span to get through this whole video, because I'm worried for society. I go out to dinner and there's these kids just with the iPads, just staring at the iPads all day. And like, I get it. You don't want your kid crying. You don't want them yelling and disturbing other people while they're eating their meal. But there's a line. I don't know why I'm getting into this rant at the end of a Kingdom Hearts 4 Disney, I mean kids, Disney, Pixar. Listen, I need to wrap this up or I'm just going to keep going in a loop. Thank you guys so much. I'm OCDsaster, and I'll see you next time. I don't, why do people say I'll see you next time? I don't see you. You see me, but I don't see you. I don't know who you are. Achoo!